Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, there lived an old lady known for her kindness, wisdom, and ever-present smile. No matter the circumstances, she always seemed happy. The villagers loved her dearly and often sought her advice whenever they faced difficulties. One day, a young man from the village approached her with curiosity. "Grandmother, how is it that you are always happy?" he asked. "No matter what happens, you never seem sad. Don't you ever feel bad when things go wrong?" The old lady smiled gently and replied, "My dear, life is full of ups and downs. Some days are bright and some are dark, but I've learned that true happiness comes from within, not from what happens around us." The young man frowned, puzzled. "But how can you be happy when bad things happen?" With a knowing look, the old lady began to share a story from her past. "When I was young, I had a loving husband and children. We weren't rich, but we were happy. Then, one day, my husband fell ill. We had little money and couldn't afford the medicine he needed. We tried everything, but he passed away. It was the saddest day of my life. I cried until I thought I had no more tears left. I believed I would never be happy again." The young man listened intently as she continued, "But as time passed, I realized that drowning in sorrow wouldn't bring him back. My children still needed me, and I had a choice to make. I could live in sadness, or I could find a way to be happy again. That was when I understood something important. Life will always have good and bad moments, but I must not let the bad ones steal my happiness." The young man was amazed. "But how did you do that?" he asked. The old lady's smile deepened. "Every morning I wake up and tell myself, today is a new day, and I will find something to be happy about. Some days are harder than others, but there is always something. Maybe the sun is shining, maybe a flower has bloomed, or perhaps I meet an old friend. There is always something to be grateful for." The young man thought for a moment, then asked, "But what if something truly terrible happens? How can you still be happy?" The old lady nodded knowingly. "It's not always easy, but I remind myself that nothing lasts forever, not even hard times. When bad things happen, I tell myself, this too shall pass. Instead of dwelling on what I have lost, I focus on what I still have, my health, my friends, or simply the gift of being alive. Happiness is a choice. You can focus on the darkness and feel miserable, or you can look for the light and find joy. It's never easy, but it is always possible." The young man thanked the old lady for her wisdom and left with a newfound perspective. From that day on, he made an effort to find something good in every situation, no matter how small. Over time, he noticed a change. His life felt lighter, and even in difficult moments, he could see a reason to smile. Word of the old lady's wisdom spread throughout the village. More and more people began to understand that happiness was not about wealth, possessions, or circumstances. It was about how they chose to see life. And so, thanks to the wise old lady, the village became a much happier place, where people learned to cherish each day and find joy in even the simplest of moments. In a small